Welcome back to Texas Boxing. Welcome back to 3D Boxing. We got Muscles in the house today. What up, Muscles?
What up? What up? What up?
How you been, my man? What do you got going on?
Ain't much, man. Just cooling out tonight, relaxing, taking it easy. You know, not much going on. Trying to get to this money this weekend. Try to repeat it like we did last weekend.
We got another. There's a lot of good bets out there. I want to get into. I want to get into what I consider a lock. What I think is really good. I think there's a lot of money to be made. I think there's a lot of money to be made. But guys, before we get to that, please like, share, and subscribe. Guys, smash the like button. Subscribe. Join the Patreon if you have not. It's $5 a month. It gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. Just $5 a month. It gets you lock of the week. It gets you ask the bookie anything. It gets you access to the Discord, which gets you live betting. It gets you updated props. Last week, I told everyone to bet Bivol after 6. He was plus 180 on the money line. Ends up winning. So there's a lot of money to be made on live betting. I can only give that to you guys in the Discord. It's $5 a month for the absolute best gambling advice. Make sure to join the Patreon if you have not. When you're done with that, head on over to carnivorebar.com. That's carnivorebar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. Carnivorebar.com. It's a meal in your pocket. The world's only high-fat, grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move and stores for years. Get your travel autonomy and freedom back. Carnivorebar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, let's get into this. Muscles, you sent me a parlay earlier today, a little two-way parlay that I said I liked. You want to get into it? You want to share with them what we're
Yeah.
talking about?
So I was picking Gary's brain on because you know me and G, we text each other every day, all day. Seeing how we can make each other more money. But I decided to do Puello money line and Tank money line. Now in the Discord, I asked some of the guys in the Discord what they thought of it, and it kind of made me nervous because somebody said, Sandor Martin can actually win that fight. That's a winnable fight for Sandor. So I'm like, damn. So I'm kind of on a fence now. So I don't know if I should take him out and add in Matias instead. So I'll have take money line, Matias money line. I don't know if that'd be a lot safer. What do you think?
All right. You know what? I'm going to take a poll. I'm going to do a poll.
Yes,
I'm going to
please
do one
do
more
that,
video.
G. Please.
One more video.
Yes.
All right. Hang on. All right. Guys, also super chats. If I get 5 super chats of any amount, I'll reveal another lock. I'll give you guys another parlay that's short of hit. I need 5 super chats though, and I'll give you guys. Otherwise, it goes straight to the Discord. You have to be in the Discord to get it. But I'm gonna start a poll. What video should I do tomorrow for Muscles? Should we do Puello and Martin?
For sure. I think that's gonna have to be the one. Cause I love the odds on that right now, G. Peel's at minus 130.
Or should we do Matias? Help me spell this last name. Golaz, Gollaz.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna have time for one more video this week. I'm gonna break it all down. You guys gotta let me know which one you want me to do. Puello versus Martin, or Super Matias and Gayaz. Which one do you guys want? I'll do one more. I think Super Matias is probably safer, but I think Puello is safe. And the odds, let me see what this would be. All right, Puello and Tank Davis is minus 115 is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you have?
Yeah.
If I pick out Puello and put Matias in, it's going to jump up a lot. Minus 294.
294, yeah. But it's okay because you know me.
He's going to go through. I think he's going to go through him. I think he's going to absolutely just walk through Golaz. That's my take. Sandor Martin's been upset mind. He's got to win over Mikey Garcia. The whole world thinks he beat Teofimo Lopez.
But he's been inactive. He hasn't fought since 2023, G. We got to take that into consideration, too.
Yeah. I like Puello. I love Puello in that fight. I haven't done the video on it yet, but we've all seen Puello and Sandor Martin fight many, many times. I don't think the tape is going to change my mind on it, but you never know. Look, Super Matias, people are sleeping on him because his last performance.
Because of Paro.
Last performance. The Paro performance. He's had one since then. He had 2 fight since then. But the Paro fight was not great. It was bad. But he's not fighting a guy like that. He's fighting a guy who's got 17 knockouts in 34 fights, who doesn't have any power, who doesn't have any. Like this is not a world beater. This is not a world-class fighter. This guy isn't even close to the level of. This guy got dominated by Montana Love. Like, this is not a guy that's even close to the level of Subriel Matias.
Right.
He fought Zepeda and got destroyed. He fought Montana. Like, do you know what Subriel Matias would do to Montana Love? He'd walk right through him.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't even think he's on. I don't care what you think of Matias. He's still a wrecking ball. This is a guy that had a draw with pocket Robbie Davies. Like, do you know what Subriel Matias would do to Robbie Davies? I don't even. I understand he's got a resume. He's been in the ring with people. He's not good. He's not at that level. He's not a world-class fighter. I think Matias goes right through him. I think Matias is safe. Puello is so underrated. Like I don't want to.
I think so too.
I think Puello wins 9 rounds in this fight. You know, Sandor Martin. I just think Puello is so fast. His angles are so good. I don't. If you're asking me which one's safer, Subriel Matias.
Matias, right? I think Matias stops him. To be quite frank with you, I think Matias is going to get him out of there. Yeah, you know what I mean.
We're gonna find out how tough he is. That's for sure. But yeah, I would bet Matias stops him. How many times has he been? He's only been stopped once, and that was by Zepeda. No, that was before that. He went the distance. It was only a 6-round fight, but he went the distance with Zepeda. Huh.
Yeah, but Zepeda would have got him out of there if it was a full 12. I mean, this guy can't keep Matias off of him. No way. He's not going 12 with Matias. And Matias got something to prove on top of that after that power loss. You know what I'm saying? So he's he's fighting in Puerto Rico, his hometown. Nah.
All right. We'll address this question at the end. I'll let everyone vote first. Vote in the poll. Let me know what video I should do next. Because Eddie, Fast Car, Eddie the Hitman Hearns is here. John B is here. Chio, I saw you in the Discord. What up, Chio? John B is here. The real Mosista wants to. I've got a parlay for Saturday. Matias money line. I like it. Puello money line. I like it. Russell. Oh, this is similar to the money line I gave you guys in the Discord. This is very similar. Put Johan Gonzalez in there. It's the same thing.
Dang, I like that.
All on the money line. I like this a lot. Look, I would make all of these bets. I feel safe telling you guys that I think all of these bets are fairly safe. Matias, Puello, Gary Russell, Tank. $100 to win 400. What do you think?
That can hit.
More than that, what book are you getting? Let me calculate. I think you're getting. What book are you using there? Come on over to DraftKings. Let me make sure I'm right. So it was Puello, Matias. It was a 4-way. Tank, and who else was on it? Gary Russell.
Gary Russell. Yep. That's gonna give us even money, I think.
Oh no, it's plus 346. He's right. Okay, so he's actually getting good odds on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Puello, okay. It's plus 340. Okay, he's getting plus 100. Yes, I would make that bet. I wouldn't bet the mortgage on it, because it's still 4-1. I would make that. I made a similar bet, right? I texted Muscles something very similar to this with another leg in it. I would feel safe making that bet. I can't promise you're going to win. 4 legs got to hit, and it's 4 50-50 fights according to Vegas. But I'm on board. Besides Tank, but I'm on board. Oh, I didn't have Tank in mind. I had Richards and Gonzalez in mind. Okay, that's why it's Tank Davis is minus 1600. I'm not gonna. I would say, why don't you put Tank by stoppage and get even better odds? But just stick with what you got. Like, stick with this. I just don't see how Tank doesn't stop Lamont Roach. I just don't see.
No, me neither. Me neither, bro.
Ready to make some money, of course. Guys, join the Patreon if you have not already. Get the Discord. I'm going to give you guys all types of props. I'm going to give you every bet I make this weekend, too. I'm going to put that in the Discord. Top Notch says hit the like button and subscribe. I think that's great advice. I think everyone should listen to Top Notch. John B says, Gary, you got the best boxing tapes. I've been watching your streams after the fact. I appreciate you, John B. It's good to have you aboard. Miron, We just started. You're a couple minutes late. You're all good. Yeah, I think Richards. I just released my video on Richards and McCrory. I think it might be the world's boringest fight. I think this might this might cure insomnia, but I don't see any way in which Richards doesn't win this fight. I think minus 180 Richards is great value. The real Zisa one, so I think it's safe in both. Matias will definitely win and an 80-20 on Puello. Yeah, like look, if you're asking me who's safer, Matias is safer.
Right.
I'm really confident Puello wins this fight. Like I'm really confident Puello wins this fight. Well, why don't you do this? So we got the other parlay that I texted you about, the 5-leg parlay. Mm-hmm. Why don't you take Matias with Tank and then bet that on the other parlay, the one that we had that was like plus 1,700 that I texted you about, the 5-leg parlay that was Richards and.
Oh, I'm doing that already. I'm gonna throw I'm probably gonna throw like 100, 150 on that one.
Yeah, I put 150 wins me like 2,700. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm doing that. Gee, what do you think of doing Tank money line, Matias money line, and then Puello money line?
Give me that again. Tank money line,
Puello money line, Matias money line.
That's gonna bring your odds down a lot. That's gonna give you plus money probably. Hang on.
Yeah.
So Tank, Matias, Puello,
plus
130, plus 138.
Oh. What would a 5 pay on that? Out of 5K? Curiosity. Yeah.
Hang on. 12. So 7. It would pay 7.
7,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 would get you 7.
Okay. I might play with that parlay right there. I like that. That's safe. Yeah. I think.
I think so.
And but look, knowing me, I might just do Matias and Tank.
The only iffy, and I don't even think it's iffy. I love Puello in this fight, but like the only one people would give you hesitation is Puello. Puello fights first. If you lose, then just get your money back on a 2-leg parlay with Matias and Tank Davis, right? Like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? You go.
That makes sense.
Like, if I lost this, I would make this parlay, Matias and Tank Davis, and then I would just bet Tank to win by stoppage. Tank's gonna win by stop. I like Lamont Roach. I know him well. I know his dad. I like Lamont Roach. They're great people. They're great for boxing. And I don't think Lamont Roach is a bad fighter. I just don't see any way he survives 12 rounds with Tank Davis. I just can't. I can't see that world happening. He's not a guy that's strictly off the back foot. He's not perfectly fundamentally sound like Jamel Herring, right? Like he's not that guy. I don't see how he can. He's not long and 170 pounds like Mario Barrios, who couldn't last 12 rounds. Keep that in mind, right? Like Lamont Roach is a guy that gets aggressive. He opens up. He wants to fight on the inside. He can fight off the back foot, but he's not going to. I just can't see how he lasts this for 12 rounds. I can't see that happening. He's going to get stopped. So as a standalone bet, Tank Davis at minus 400 by stoppage. I think that's a good bet. Someone wanted to ask me about knockdowns. I wanted to hang on. Let me see what I got here. The only fight I'm on the fence about is Gary and Valenzuela.
Oh, I'm staying away from that, G.
I think that's the most competitive fight.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think Gary Russell makes Valenzuela go backwards. Gary Russell is not his Antoine Russell is not his brother, Gary Russell Jr. They're very different. Gary Russell Jr. is a physical beast. He's strong as hell with the athleticism. Gary Russell, and I know he lost to Puello, and he got out boxed. But like, think of Saur Rungvisai, but now make Saur Rungvisai hyper athletic. That's Gary Russell. That's Gary Antoine Russell. Like I know he lost, and everyone's down on. I still think Gary Antoine Russell is one of the best 140 pounders in the world. I know the last performance didn't look good, but I think that has a lot to do with Puello, who's really good. But Gary Russell Jr. is a handful, and I don't see. You're not fighting Chris Colbert. You're fighting someone who's going to be on you, and you're thinking you're fighting Chris Colbert, a mover who's going to use the ring, jab, and look to score points and style on you. You're not. Gary Russell Jr. is going to be on you, and he's not easy to hit. So I like Russell a lot. If he, because Valenzuela, Rayo's a guy that can fight forwards or backwards. He fights much better going forward, but if you put the pressure on him, he will go backwards.
Yeah.
So you have Gary Antoine Russell fighting his fight against Valenzuela fighting his B fight. I like Gary Russell. Gary, can I get you and Russell's thoughts on Bacoli's knockout loss? Well, look, he was 315 pounds. He took the fight on a couple of days' notice, Oscar. I'm not trying to belittle what Parker did. I'm not. What I will say was for Bacoli, and I'll let you respond too, Muscles.
Yeah.
I think that was a money. I'm not faulting the guy for taking the bag. I would take the bag too, but I don't look at that as Parker dominating Bacoli at his best. He beat a fat Bacoli off the couch, and I'm not trying. Parker's an excellent fighter, I guess, sort of. I'm not trying to belittle his achievement. I'm just saying that is not the Bacoli that ran through Jared Big Baby Anderson. I'll let you respond, Muscles. He wants your take too.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you, Oscar. I agree with Gary. Like, if he had a full training camp, to me personally, he wipes the floor with Joseph Parker. He wipes the floor with him. You know, you got to understand, he came off that plane and literally just went right into the arena and just fought. I mean, it was a money grab. Let's be honest. I mean, it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I probably would have, done the same thing. But in a full training camp, Martin Bacoli wipes the floor with him. He actually stops him, in my opinion.
I want to so he took the fight on like 3 days notice, right? One day you're not traveling from New York to Connecticut. You're traveling across the world. One day is travel. One day is physicals. The next day is the weigh-in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really have any time to prepare for that fight. But
whatsoever at all.
Yeah.
And he still looked good in the first few rounds. He looked pretty good in the first few rounds.
He wasn't gonna have his legs. He wasn't gonna. I thought he was gonna come out gunslinging and try to get him out in the first 2 to 3 rounds. Yeah. All right. Fast Car wants to know Rayo decision. That's the only way he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win.
Possible,
he's not gonna knock Gary Russell out. I don't see it. Oh,
hell no.
I'm a big fan of Gary Russell.
If anything, Gary's gonna knock him out or stop him.
Gary Russell could stop him. That
yeah,
definitely
for
could
sure.
happen.
For sure.
Oh, got Oklahoma Sportsbook. Yeah, okay. I gotta get this book. I like your odds. That's a good parlay. I really like Puello, but man, Sandor is tricky. That is the.
Damn, that's true though, G. Right there, he's right though. He is a little tricky, man, Sandor. He's like that, the way he gets in and out. He's very tricky in there, and he got good feet, man. That boy can move.
I don't want to have to break down tape of Sandor. I'll do it. I'll do it.
You might have to on this one. You might have to.
I like Puello. No, you're right. You're right, David.
Nah, David, you on point with that. You on point.
Outboxing a taller, longer, quicker, bigger guy. Like Puello, you know what? Take the Matias fight. Take the minus 294.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
We'll make money on other bets. Money on other bets.
I'll just bet a little bit more to make the payout a little bit more worth it. So I'll fire with that.
Let me ask you this, Eddie. You said you have a hard time believing in Gary Antoine Russell. Why? Is it just based off the last fight? Is it just
he's probably based on our Puello. That last fight with Puello, which was a close fight.
Has a great idea. That's not going to happen. Make Keyshawn versus Abdullah May in the summer. I would love that. I think that's one of the best fights that can be made. And there's no way Top Rank is winning that because they got so much money invested in Keyshawn. And I think Abdullah beats him. And then what do you do with Keyshawn? He's going to carry your brand. And then he loses to a 20-year-old Abdullah Mason, who I think the world of. What do you do with Keyshawn then? Now he goes on to the back burner. He's not a real big lightweight, so you can't move him up to 140. So, I mean, what do you do with him? You just have him try to get a secondary title. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish Top Rank would make this fight. I do. And
too much risk.
These are two of the good guys, especially Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason is one of the best people in boxing. His whole family is. They're not making this fight for 3 more years. Keyshawn and Abdullah are just too young. Like, they have too much money to be made on Keyshawn. Although, I think this is a great idea, Oscar. From your lips to Bob Arum's ears, I hope. Russell or Puello? Who are you more confident? You guys aren't gonna
Damn,
like him.
that's a
What
tough one, G. I would
Russell?
probably
I don't
say
see how Rayo wins this fight. I just don't see Rayo winning this fight. I can't. I really don't see Rayo winning this
I say
fight.
Russell.
Mason gonna stop. Does Mason stop Keyshawn? I keep doing this. I don't want you guys to think that I'm calling him Terrence Crawford because that's not fair to anyone. If you said comp out Abdullah Mason, I would say Terrence Crawford. Like that, I'm. You don't have to convince me on Abdullah Mason. Like I get it. I'm right there with you, Oscar.
That might go the distance, G. I think
It
him and
could,
Keyshawn. I think Mason will win on points. I think he'll win a decision on that. I think.
but it's the same. Like I would have said, okay, Crawford would beat Spence via decision. That'll go the distance. He's not going to stop Spence. And then what do he do? You know what I'm
And then
saying? Like,
stop. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Exactly. Exactly. That's a good counter right there. Yeah.
What do you think of? I think Eduardo Hernandez wins tomorrow.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
Yeah, I would. It's minus three
That's easy
fifty.
money.
I wanted to bring Chilltown in because Chilltown was saying, I don't know. Like Telez is on you. Telez can't hit and he's slow and he's flawed. Like you can't get hit by Eduardo Hernandez that much. I like Hernandez. I don't know if he stops him. He's right. Telez Giron is relentless. I don't know if you can stop him, but I think there's a good chance of a stoppage. But I definitely like Eduardo Hernandez to win the money line. And on the money line, it's minus 350. I don't think that. Here, you want a decent parlay? Put Hernandez and then Kurt Walker. 2 easy fights, right? Let me get rid of the other 2 here, Matias and Davis. You want a parlay for Friday night, Saturday morning? If you're in the UK, minus 200. Eduardo Hernandez, Kurt Walker. I think that's easy money. Minus 200. I would bet on that.
I was looking at Kurt Walker,
I would
G.
do
I
that
don't know
bet.
much about him. Is he any good?
He's a British fighter. I don't mean that to be disparaging, right? He's good. Yes, he's good. He's highly skilled, deep amateur. I think he's Irish, right? He's from Ireland. He won a,
Yeah,
or
I
is he
think
from
so.
England?
One of
Deep
the
amateur
two.
background, Olympian, right? He's really good. He's really good. Is he going to beat Leon Woodstock? Yeah, he's going to dominate Leon Woodstock. Leon Woodstock shouldn't be in the ring with him, and it's only minus 1,600. So is he going to stop him? 50-50. I wouldn't bet on the stoppage. Just take him on a money line, parlay him with Eduardo Hernandez, and you got yourself a decent payday right there with something with no risk. Like there's no risk in that. Walker Hernandez, easy. The real Mosista said I would have added Rocky into it too, but Oakland wouldn't make it available. That sucks. I think Rocky's a good bet. All right. Oscar wants to know, I would love to see Subaru Matias get his rematch against Liam Paro. He kind of killed his aura a little bit. He beat the last person that beat him in a rematch. Look, Liam Paro can crack. Like, that's the problem, is you just can't walk through Liam Paro, which he couldn't do. We'll see if he can make it happen. I would like to see the fight. The first fight I thought was great. I would make the fight again, Oscar, for sure. Tank decision.
What?
You like the odds on that? I can't. What are the odds on a Tank decision? I haven't even looked at it because it's not something I considered.
Plus like 400, like something wild.
Let's see what it is. Let's see what Tank by decision is. I'm not betting that. I don't think
the
Tank
bookies probably the bookmakers probably got that. What is it? Plus
360.
Oh, I was close. I said plus 400. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
You know,
Not
what
bad.
if you get a headbutt in the 5th round, right? And then they have to go to the scorecards. That could happen. Right? But you're betting on a freak accident.
That's the only way.
Tank most body punches landed. I want these props that you guys have in the UK. Yes, I like Tank to land more body punch. I like Tank to land more any kind of shots. Because Tank's gonna keep hitting you. And then when Tank keeps hitting you, you don't want to get hit anymore. So you stop opening up and then you get in defensive mode and you're not landing anything. So yes, I like Tank to land more everything. Any kind of shots. I like him to land more uppercuts. I like him to land more hooks. I like him to whatever. He's going to land more because when Tank keeps hitting you, you don't want to fight anymore. Rayo versus Gary Antoine Russell over 10.5. I'd lay off of it. I think the odds are good enough just to bet Gary Russell. Or if you like Rayo, just bet Russell. If you like Rayo, take the over. because you would imagine Rayo's going to win on points, right? You're not picking Rayo to stop Gary Antoine Russell, right? So if you like Rayo to win, yeah, take the over. Tank by stoppage. Oh, tank by straight KO plus 165.
Oh, you playing with fire there?
But
Because
yeah,
they could,
I agree.
yeah.
Uh,
The corner could stop it. The ref could stop. No, I would no.
Rayo bid the decision. Russell. The pitbull is slow and plodding. Gary Russell is hyper athletic. Like it's not the same thing. Gary Russell is twitchy. He's fast. He can move his head. I like Isak Cruz, but Isak Cruz and Gary Russell, although they both come forward, aren't
Right.
similar because of Gary Russell's athleticism.
Mm.
No one can wipe the floor with Parker, buddy. Oh, we got a Parker truther in here. We got a Parker. Look, I don't know. Like Joseph Parker is fundamentally sound. He's skilled. He's got decent speed. Daniel Dubois would wipe the floor with. I just don't see it. Like he's good. You can't UD 12 your way through the heavyweight division, and if you can't knock people out, you're not going to keep winning. Eventually, you're going to get stopped. Zhang is going to come out of nowhere, and like Corey Sanders knocked out Lennox Lewis because that happens in the heavyweight division, right? Like it happens. Like these guys can hit. They're big. They're strong. One shot changes the fight. If you keep yourself around, like look at Fury in the first fight when Ben Davidson kept telling him, "Don't worry about it. Don't get on the inside. Don't try to hurt him. Just keep doing what you're doing." Deontay Wilder about killed him in the 12th round and got a draw because he knocked him down in the 12th round. If Tyson Fury would have did what he did in the next two fights when he had an American trainer and got on the inside and roughed him up, he could stop him. But they were like the British mindset is still, and I don't mean this to be insulting, is amateurish, right? Just score a bunch of points on the outside, win rounds. Whereas Americans and Mexicans want to win the fight. Like, I'm fighting to win the fight. If I lose some rounds in the interim, I lose some rounds. But the British guys are like, okay, just score, back foot, jab. It's like, okay, that works in the amateurs where you fight 3 rounds. If you're fighting Isak Cruz or Tank Davis or Mike Tyson, you're not doing that for 12 rounds. Eventually, they're going to get inside. Eventually, you're going to slow down. And once you slow down, we saw this with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant was schooling David Benavidez for 5 rounds, taking him to school. Then what happened? Right? Like you can't run for 12 rounds. You can't do it. Eventually, you're going to slow down, and once you slow down, you're a sitting duck because this guy is taking gas out of your engine little by little. You're not taking any gas out of his. You're just peppering him with shots, right? It's just accidental boxing. I'm going to fire off some shots. Hopefully some of them land. And if they land, I'll win some rounds. But there's no strategy there. You're fighting an amateurish fight. And I told Eddie Hearn, stop putting your British fighters in with Texans and Mexicans because it's not going to end well. Like, and then how many prospects does he have who lost to Mexican Americans from Texas or Mexican fighters? Like, there's so many of them. Like, it's not going to work. You have to be able to sit down in the pocket, at least in spots, and fight, right? Go watch Paulie Malignaggi on Juan Baby Bull Diaz. Juan Baby Bull Diaz is a come-forward fighter. Paulie Malignaggi is a back-foot fighter. There are times in that fight, in both fights, where Paulie's like, okay, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to keep you off of me. I can't sit here and run for 36 minutes because it is not a marathon. It's a fight. I'm going to have to sit in and fight in spots. And then when it gets a little hot, I'll tie you up and get back on the back foot. But I can't just get on my bicycle for 12 rounds and run. That's not how you win a professional fight.
Talk that talk, G. You're right.
I would agree. Bacoli would have looked much better with a proper camp.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I really strongly believe he beats Parker if he actually trained for that fight and had a full camp. I think he stops Parker. 100%. No doubt. No doubt.
Brian Norman Jr. I like Brian Norman Jr. No, he's for real. 6'1", 6'2", welterweight, 70 something inch. Well, he's got 70 something inch reach. He's got a 6'1", 6'2" reach. I'm not sure. I think he's like 5'10", but he's really long. He's got good range. No, I think. Look, is he the best welterweight in the world? No. Could he pick up a title off of someone? Yeah. Like Brian Norman Jr. is a world class top 10, top 15 welterweight for sure. My thing is Sandor has absolutely zero pop. I see Puello giving him trouble, but it's definitely going the distance. Let's take a look at
Yeah,
that
what's
prop.
the overlook like on that, G? Yeah, let's get into that.
It's absolutely going over. Let's see if we have a prop on that. Hang on.
I think it's negative 500, G.
Should be minus 10,000. Minus fight to go over 10.5 is minus 550. Fight to go the distance minus
Told you.
380. Minus 380. It's not too
Ooh,
bad.
it's not bad at all.
That's not bad. That's
You
not bad.
parlay that with something, those odds will go down. With like
That's not
Tank,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Tank and Amateus, yeah.
I guys, I like that a lot. I like that fight to go the distance a lot. A lot. All right. Bipolar says Russell's might be different because of the passing of their dad. I just think Gary Russell Jr. is really good. He was destroying everybody before that playoff fight. Like, I wouldn't let the playoff fight change my mind so much when he's fighting a guy that fights nothing like playoff. Sandor is tricky, but playoff is also yeah. Thank you, 79. Miran says I'm one of the. See, this is what you guys all say. Russell Jr. or Gary Antoine Russell is no good because he lost to playoff. But then playoff is no good. He's going to lose to Sandor Martin, right? Like I don't follow the logic here. I'm one that said to check that no knockdown prop for playoff. Do we have that prop for playoff? Hang on.
I don't think they got the. Oh, they got it. Do they got under 1.5?
Let's see. Total knockdowns under 1.5 minus 380. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yo, G. We might have to. Yo, what? I think I might take it.
Abdullah stops Keyshawn. Abdullah over Torres. I think I'm going to go to this fight in Vegas too. But yeah, Abdullah is on that card, and
Richard Torres versus Vianello.
And my paisan Guido Vianello. World of Wrestling in the house. Abdullah Mason might face Keyshawn Davis on pay-per-view when they're both established. It's years away. It's not happening until 2028. I'll make that prediction now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Abdullah beats Keyshawn. Key is the most complete boxer in that division, hands down. I don't hate that take. I'm when I say that I think Abdullah Mason is going to beat him, I'm not discrediting or shortchanging Keyshawn. I'm just telling you how good I think Abdullah Mason is. I agree that Keyshawn is an excellent fighter. I don't really see what does Abdullah Mason need to improve on. Let me ask you that. You tell me, 79 Pro. What does he need to fix? I don't see Elvis Rodriguez versus. Did you see Elvis? I did. I saw that today.
Ooh, that's a good fight. Yeah, that's a good fight right there.
I was at Brian Nolan fight against a nobody, and he got dropped in the first round. Got lucky to get a no contest because of a cut. I think.
Oh, he's talking about. I remember that fight. I forgot the dude he fought. Boca Chica. Oh, Boca Chica. Yeah.
Boca Chica's a solid fighter though. Boca Chica, he's all right. Is Cavallaro versus Dubois a good fight? Yeah, I think that's a good fight. Would you prefer a different opponent? No, I like that fight. That fight's fine. I mean, you can make that fight. I'm good with that. I have Rocky, Matias, and Tank minus 153.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's good. Does Puello Martin go the distance? Yes. If it was a 20-round fight, it goes the distance. Yes, it goes the distance. All right. Since no one has said anything about it, supposedly WBC announced that Benavidez is. Yes, they did. That doesn't mean the fight's going to happen, but they did announce that. Yes, they did. That is true. He could still fight Beterbiev instead. Tank in 6. I think that's fair, Victor. They will make Beterbiev versus Bivol 3 first. I agree. There's more money sitting there. Yeah, well, it's whatever Turkey Al-Sheikh wants. If Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to make Beterbiev something, Beterbiev fight. All right. Muscles and Gary. Did Andy have the biggest fall from grace in the history of the heavyweight division? I mean, Buster Douglas. I mean, there's lots of guys, but he's one of them. Yeah, he had
he's up there. He's definitely up there.
Speaking of Zhang, that SOB was the only leg that didn't hit on my $1,000 parlay for that card. I told you, just take the stoppage. To take the fight by stoppage. You knew someone was getting knocked out in that fight. I'm just burying you guys with all my boxing questions. no boxing next week. There's boxing next week, is there not? I haven't even looked
There
ahead
better
yet.
be. We try to make money
I
every weekend, right, G?
we'll
Shit.
figure something out. There's a pro box card at least. I know that. Hot take. I think Benavidez beats everyone in the middleweight and light heavyweight, other than Bivol. Well, he beat everyone in the middleweight division because he's a light
I
heavyweight.
agree with that.
Still on the fence though. Is Craig Richards one of your locks? Craig Richards, I feel very, very confident. He's not on my lock of the week. He's on the lock that I sent. He's on a parlay that I sent with Muscles. I'm very confident in Craig Richards, but he's not on my official lock of the week that I sent out. I'm going to send you guys another lock, I think, too, if you're in the Discord. So, if you have not join the Discord. If you want another lock, I can give you another lock. But I got to get some super chats in here. I told you about the distance with Playo yesterday, and you missed it, brother. I got it at minus 300. Also, Kurt Walker decision, believe me. Yeah, I 100% I would take Kurt Walker by decision. I take him to win. I just take him on a money line.
Yeah.
Decision, probably. What do you think Tank calls out this Saturday?
Nobody. Knowing him.
That's a good question. Teofimo Lopez. That's what I say at 140.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Teofimo Lopez made the comment about him and Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't really back. We asked him about it. What fight? We're at the Sandy Ryan fight with Mayer, and we asked him about it, and he said, "What did I say?" And the guy from Fight Hype goes, "You said whatever monkey wants the banana can get it." He's like, "Oh yeah, that did sound pretty racist."
I remember that.
Yeah, it came across that way to you. I have Kim Cavalta at minus 450. Yeah, I don't love it at 450. I think that's kind of wide, but I like Kim Cavallo to win the fight. Did you parlay it with Rocky? Wait, is that fight tonight? It's tomorrow, isn't it? Kim Cavallo fights on the Golden Boy card in Mexico, no?
Kim Cavill, female boxer, right?
Yeah. Hey, hang on. Is that today? I thought that was on.
Yeah, I don't like betting on females unless it's like Sky Nicholson or like Clarissa, you know what I'm saying? Or even Lauren Price. But
yeah.
Yeah, exactly the over, yeah. Or the distance.
All right, I gotta wrap this up in a minute. There's a lot here. This. All right, let me see. Okay. Kim Cavallo fights tonight. I thought that was on the Golden Boy card. Can we watch it? Is it on
tomorrow.
TV? Is it on
now?
Is it on the Zone? I thought that fight was on tomorrow. I'm bugging. I bet Tank calls out Shakur, but Shakur
I doubt it.
Fight
I doubt it.
Hurd versus Gonzalez. Which to pick? Gonzalez. I like it. I think Hurd is so shot. Player to go the distance, Subaru money line, and Tank money line. Thoughts? Minus 150. 100%.
I like that.
I was gonna give you guys a lock similar to this. I was gonna give you guys a similar lock to this. No, I like that a lot. I think Mason needs more defense. He sits in the same spot too long for Key. He sits in the pocket too long. All right.
But that's what he's most effective at, though. And he don't take damage like that when he's in the pocket.
It is so now you're saying that Keyshawn's going to get on his bicycle? Maybe. Keyshawn, if Keyshawn wants to win, he's going to have to fight to survive. I don't. Yeah. Keyshawn's not going to do that. Kim Cavallo card is going right now. It's on the Zone? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. There's a Golden Boy live card tonight, isn't it? I'm going to check that out. Yeah. The one female Australian boxer named Sky is my boxing crush. I could see that, Oscar. I could see that. Sky Nicholson. I could see that.
Sky's the female Shakur.
Hernandez, Walker, Matias, Tank. So Hernandez, I like. Walker, I love. Matias, Tank. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Pretty good.
No, I like this a lot. This is I think this is easy.
Yeah, that's good.
Guys, you want to lock? Do what Chinchilla's doing right here. All right. I'm gonna try to go live twice tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna try to go twice. Once in the afternoon, once at night. But Muscles, any closing thoughts? We had a lot today. Any closing
Yeah.
thoughts? Anything you want me to? Oh, let's look at the poll. I gotta look at my poll.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, Playo Martin is winning this wide. Why, guys?
Really? Over Matias?
Yeah.
Because they know Matias is a lock. There's no need to do a video on Matias. Let's go.
I didn't want to have to do video. Video on Matias is a lot more fun than film on Playo and Martin. But no,
they're making you do some OT now, G.
If you haven't voted yet, make sure to vote right now. Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to address, Muscles? Anything you want to look at?
Let me see. Nah, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. I'm ready to make some more money, man. We've been killing it every weekend. Oh, one thing. Matias stoppage, Tank stoppage. How you like that?
I like it a lot. The only thing is, Matias's opponent is durable as hell. He's like,
he's Mexican. That's why.
My inkling is Matias stops him, right? But
yeah.
like, I wouldn't want to mess up my parlay on that, right? Like, Matias itself is paying minus 370. It's not bad. Just take it. Matias by stoppage is paying minus 180. I just take Matias. Just take Matias.
Just take them both on the money line. Yeah.
Money line. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm good on this end, G.
All right. I have really need a video on. I did it. I have it. It came out maybe 2 days ago. I did my video on Russell and Royale. I have it out. Williams Zepeda versus Tank. I would love that fight. I think Zepeda gets knocked out because he's just there to be hit. But that is one hell of a fight. Yeah, I posted it. I posted it. I posted it. What's your favorite boxing shoe? I always wore Grant Elvis shoes, but like this is old school. Nike makes really good shoes. Rival makes really good shoes. I always wore Grant Elvis shoes. All right, have a good night. I gotta wrap this up. This one longer than I thought. Muscles. Any plugs? Anywhere you want people to come follow you?
Oh yeah, hey, get me on Instagram. C Brown Muscle. And then you can get me on Facebook. It's just Carlos Brown. You can get me on there too. And that's it, man. I'm a personal trainer too, man. So if you guys need any tips on like a workout regimen or any kind of diet tips, reach out to me on Instagram. I can send you guys a nice little meal plan. I sent one to Gary before, so just holler at me for sure. I got you. Put you in the right direction.
All right, appreciate that, Muscle. I'm gonna wrap this up now. Let me close out the poll real quick. It's even wider now. 71% of y'all want Martin and Playo, so I'll do Martin and Playo. Unfortunately, I gotta sit through 3 hours of Martin tape. That's gonna be fun.
You hate that, right. G. You hate that.
All right, from Texas to the world, thank you and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.